Hello, Gingerhawk here, and we're on Impulse's ISV Patreon server again, and we're going to do another video on farms, and today we're going to do the ice farm. So we're in the spawn area as usual, where we normally start off. This time around, we're going to take the south tunnel, and we're going to go find the ice farm, which is actually in the Winter Wonderland district. So this area isn't actually very built at the moment, but it's up and coming. So it's going to look a little bit pre-built. But if we go down the south tunnel to 500, I actually made the turning that time, and then turn right and go down to 690, we should find the entrance to the Winter Wonderland. As I say, it's going to look a little bit rough at the moment, but there'll be some walls and things going in fairly soon, so this probably won't look like this by the time you come to see it. And there we go, we're coming up to it. Oh, I think I just shot past it. There we go. Let's grab a boat. As I say, it says probably not safe, which it probably isn't at the moment, but this is the entrance as it stands. As you can see, there's lots of little guys running around. There will be walls built on this, but at the moment I'm going to try and zip through this as quickly as possible so we don't get shot at by ghasts. And let's just jump up into the portal. There we go. So once we get into the Winter Wonderland area, as I say, this place hasn't really been built that much at the moment, but if we face southeast, and at the moment the only way to get there is fly. You can obviously walk up there, but there's no paths or anything, but it's to the southeast, and this is the farm. So let me just have a quick land on the roof. So it's based on Ilmango's ice farm, so we've got flying machines at the end there which push all the ice down, and we've got a big water pan here which naturally generates ice. As you can see, it's freezing over there, and then once the flying machine comes across, pushes it all down inside the farm, and then we've got some other flying machines here which have actually got frostwalker boots on them, which sort of seed the ice crystals to get the next set started. But if we go jump inside the farm, so just here there is a little door. We come in here, and on the floor here you can see there are a couple of indicator lights. So green means the farm isn't actually active at the moment and nobody's using it, so we're good to go. If the red light is on, there's probably somebody here, or hopefully there's somebody here. Very important not to leave this farm running and to move out of the area, because we've got flying machines, so if it's in the middle of running through one of the flying machine cycles at the same time somebody leaves and this whole farm gets unloaded, those flying machines will get stuck in the middle of the farm, and then someone will need to come and repair it. So very important to make sure that when you leave it's in a green state, and yeah, it's switched off basically. So switch for the farm is up here. Again, little marker up there to say please make sure you turn the farm off, thank you. So to switch the farm on, very simple, we just flick the lever, and you heard a couple of pistons fire there. So just underneath us there is actually a couple of etho hopper clocks. So they're now ticking away, and what they'll do is they'll, every 15 minutes, and it is a rather long time because ice takes a long time to grow unfortunately, every 15 minutes it will send a signal to the flying machines out there to do a sweep across the farm and push everything down. So if you're lucky, someone might have been sitting here for 14 minutes and then turn the farm off, and you might only be waiting a minute before the flying machine fires. If you're unlucky, then you might be sitting here for 15, but this is usually the sort of place you'd AFK for a while just to let it build up. But yeah, turn that on, and then what we can do is we can head down to the ice breaking floor. We'll just drop down here. And what we've got under here is, this is where all the ice gets pushed down. Oh, look at that, perfect timing. The flying machine is firing now. So you can see ice is gradually moving its way down. Let's just move over to the side here, you can see it a bit better. There we go, you can see it coming down. All the stuff on the top is formed, and the flying machine is coming along and pushing it all down, so we get another layer. Once that hits the other end, there'll be another timer for about 12 to 15 minutes. And then in that time the ice will form and it will push its way across. I don't know if you can just see that, but you've also got the cedar frostwalker boots. So what that's doing is freezing the water. That will temporarily last, but hopefully some ice will form around that, which will start the farm off for the next run and make it grow that much quicker. So if they're not there, then obviously it's got to start from scratch and it takes a very long time. So now we've got this, so we've got some ice to hack away at. What you want to do is, underneath the floor here, there's actually a hopper system that goes backwards and forwards and picks everything up, so you haven't got to try and collect all this yourself. If you take your Silk Touch pickaxe, you want to ideally make sure it's probably netherite with efficiency and unbreaking and everything else on it, because if you're going to do a lot of this, then that could wear down quite quickly. But if we turn our hopper collection system on, you'll hear it underneath, that's now moving backwards and forwards and collecting anything that drops. We can basically make our way to one side, look straight up, and then just run down and hit all the ice that we can do. This is all going to drop down onto the floor. The hoppers will pick it up and drop it into the storage system below. Now if you want a lot of ice, this is actually going to take probably a good 5 to 10 minutes to go through, so by the time you finish one sweep of this, then the flying machine time would probably nearly have expired anyway, so you'll be ready to go again. So we'll just do a couple of lines of this, and then what I'll do is I'll show you it all dropping down into storage. So if we have a look, there we go, so it's dropped on the floor. We'll see this disappearing as the hoppers come along. There we go, they're going to come. There we go, so they've all been picked up and they're all going to get dropped off at the end into storage down below. So what we'll do is we'll just turn this off for now. So you only need to let it do one full sweep, you don't need to leave it going all the time. So as soon as it's collected everything off the floor, you can turn that off. The hopper mine carts will park themselves this end and it'll start unloading. So then we can go down to the ice storage floor, and down here is where it all gets dropped off. It will start filling up from this side over to that side. So this will be the chest that starts filling up first, and then up to the top, and then once that's full, next one, next one, next one. There is also quite a lot of space down here at the moment, because this might get expanded if it's needed a lot, and there might be other things put in here for converting to blue ice and things like that if there's a need for it. There is also a little ladder up here to the redstone area, so I'll put a sign up here to say this is sort of staff only sort of thing, because no one really needs to go up there. But yeah, so if we look in the first chest, you can see I've done a bit of off-camera ice mining, so the first chest is already full, and these do fill up remarkably fast as well. And you can see all that ice that we've just gathered just by doing that quick run is just filling this chest up now. So all those hoppers are emptying up above and dropping down into these chests at the moment. And yeah, you just literally grab what you need. And that's it, you're pretty much done. It's not too difficult a farm to use, this one. And say the only key thing is make sure you turn it off. So what we can do is we can go back up the water columns. This will take us back up to the ice area, so if you did want to do some more hacking and smashing, you can. Otherwise we can go back up to the AFK spot. That's up to here, and yeah, if you want to, you can sit here and just enjoy the sunset when it comes down. There's a rather nice sunset on this side, so that was more luck than judgment, but it looks quite nice. Yeah, and just sit here and just watch it go. When you do come down here, obviously you'll see the lights on the red side to say the farm is active, so make sure you don't leave it active when you run out, just make sure you flick the lever off. So when you are done, flick that off, that'll stop everything from running. The lights will flick over here to say it's all green and you're all good, and you can leave. That's it, all done. So yeah, any questions on that, leave them in the comments as usual, and yeah, happy farming.